Ever wondered what goes on inside the mind of a master procrastinator? It's a bit like a circus in there, with colorful characters calling the shots. Imagine this, a rational decision-maker trying to steer the ship, but there's a catch. This decision-maker is constantly being hijacked by a mischievous monkey with a serious sweet tooth for instant gratification. Yep, that's the procrastinator's brain in a nutshell. You see, we all have this inner battle going on. On one side, there's the responsible part of us, the one that knows we should be working on that important project or finally tackling that growing to-do list. But then, there's the other side, the one that would much rather be binge-watching a show about baking cakes or scrolling through endless funny cat videos. This is where the concept of the procrastinator's brain comes in. It's a humorous yet insightful way to understand the inner workings of procrastination. By personifying the different aspects of our minds, we can start to see why we make the choices we do, even when we know better. It's not that we're lazy or lack motivation, well, not always. It's more like we have these powerful forces at play that often lead us astray from our best intentions. So buckle up, because we're about to meet the main players in this inner circus and see how they shape our actions for better or worse. Let's talk about the ringleader of this procrastination circus, the instant gratification monkey. This little guy is all about living in the moment and seeking pleasure, consequences be damned. He's the voice in your head that whispers, "You deserve a break," when you should be working. Picture this, you sit down with the best of intentions to finally start that research paper. You open your laptop, determined to power through it. But then, the instant gratification monkey swings in, grabs your attention, and before you know it, you're 3 hours deep into watching cute animal compilations. The instant gratification monkey thrives on distractions. Social media notifications, that tempting bag of chips in the pantry, even just the thought of taking a nap, they're all music to his ears. And the worst part? He's a master manipulator disguising his procrastination-fueled tangents as self-care or just a quick break. But here's the thing. The instant gratification monkey isn't inherently evil. He's just wired to seek instant rewards, and in today's world of constant stimulation, it's easier than ever for him to get his way. Now you might be thinking, if the instant gratification monkey is in charge, then how do we ever get anything done? Well, that's where our next character comes in, the panic monster. This fearsome beast slumbers in the depths of our procrastination, only to be awakened by one thing: imminent deadlines. Remember that research paper you were supposed to be working on? The one the instant gratification monkey happily derailed? As the deadline looms closer, the panic monster stirs. Suddenly those cute animal videos lose their appeal, and the thought of that unfinished paper sends chills down your spine. The panic monster is a powerful motivator, albeit a stressful one. It's fueled by fear. Fear of failure, fear of disappointing others, fear of the consequences of our procrastination. When it awakens, it sends us scrambling, fueled by adrenaline and a desperate need to make up for lost time. And you know what? It often works. The panic monster can be surprisingly effective in those 11th-hour situations, propelling us to accomplish incredible feats of productivity in a short amount of time. But let's be honest, it's not exactly a sustainable or enjoyable way to work. Section 4, Trapped in the Dark Playground. So, we've met the instant gratification monkey and the panic monster. But where does all this procrastination leave us? Often it lands us in a place I like to call the dark playground. This is the mental space we inhabit when we've given in to procrastination for too long. The dark playground is a land of guilt, shame, and self-reproach. It's that sinking feeling in your stomach when you realize you've wasted another day scrolling through social media instead of working on your goals. It's the anxiety that keeps you up at night, replaying all the things you should have done but didn't. The worst part about the dark playground is that it becomes a vicious cycle. The more time we spend there, the worse we feel about ourselves, and the more likely we are to continue procrastinating as a way to avoid those negative emotions. It's a recipe for stagnation and unhappiness, but it doesn't have to be this way. By understanding the forces at play in our procrastinator's brain, we can start to break free from the dark playground and make more conscious choices about how we spend our time and energy. Section 5. Time is ticking. The calendar analogy. It's easy to fall into the trap of thinking we have all the time in the world. But the truth is, our time is finite, and it's ticking away with each passing moment. To really grasp this concept, let's visualize it with the calendar analogy. Imagine a calendar representing an average lifespan of 90 years. Each week is represented by a small box. Now mark off the weeks you've already lived. It's a sobering visual, isn't it? The boxes representing our past are gone, and the remaining boxes representing our future might seem surprisingly few. This isn't meant to scare you, but to inspire you to make the most of the time you have left. Every time you procrastinate, you're essentially trading a box on your calendar, a precious week of your life, for a fleeting moment of instant gratification. So the next time you feel the urge to procrastinate, remember the calendar analogy. Ask yourself, is this how I want to spend my limited time on this earth? The answer, more often than not, will be a resounding no.